Alright, now that the next couple episodes, Raspberry and Pickle, are live online, I give you all my first impressions on Pixar's first original event series that's not related to previous existing work of theirs. There's that being the anthology Win or Lose, which follows the exploits of eight different characters in the lead up to the state softball championship of a little known but he, he competitive team as the Pickles, and apparently that was actually my confusion and ahead of release. I thought it was about pickleball, which again, pretty popular here in my neck of the woods in Oregon, but I guess I must have been mixed up a bit. So let's begin. The road to release of this one has been interesting to say the least, and that's because of one aspect I will be addressing in a few moments, though overall most of the show are quite positive. And as I has been said as well before, if you, as someone who has immense love for the studio, if you give me a mix of existentialism and humor in your story, odds are I'll enjoy myself. And the idea yeah, the presenting here is sound. And where even though some people try to claim like the second insight was about the hockey aspect of the character, but I would presume, as I pointed before, that's an aspect of the story, but one necessary to keep the plot moving. And we have like the coach's daughter who generally wants to who make her father happy. Hey, even though she still has much to learn as a player, and also the umpire and middle school algebra teacher, her who is trying to get in the dating game, him as well. And definitely is closest to how I would cast myself as a character. I mean, his name is Frank, and definitely he a one that is pretty interesting, and I still really like the animation style they're going with which definitely, again, showing how, like most everyone else, they were more or less forced to adapt to who the changing landscape since the Spider-Verse through the whole business of its axis nearly 7 years ago. Definitely not only build upon other ones and elements of anime and video games into the visual presentation, but also rather like how it's really builds upon what they've done with the short films for nearly 40 years. As I pointed before, I will deal with the next movie as movies as they come. As for the storyline, which was reportedly cut, which is something that the voice actor of the character in question and I had mixed feelings towards. Well, based on what I've seen so far, that might not entirely be the case. I won't know for certain until I watch the main episodes, which I will be addressing as they come out, and to save time, I'll be doing them much like here in one video, oh, to get my perspective, and something tells me for an overhaul that drastic decision would have had to have been made much earlier out. So perhaps it's just been downplayed, and same deal with the Moon Girl episode, which leaked online, and they appear to be using footage from in their new episodes Surreal, the main episodes of the second season, and by proxy the series. I'm just gonna be sitting here with one show I love, ending before ending, and leaving me wanting more. It's a couple, but that's not important right now. is important is that the personal journeys that each character goes through are layered and they're rooted. And even though some of the visuals get kind of fantastic, the actual concepts are rooted in things that could potentially happen in real life, where their character is and was one wear multiple hats. That's where the team mascot is also a party entertainer to some rambunctious kids. As with Mei Mei and Teen Riley not pictured in that shindig in the episode that just dropped, we like how a young one of the players is not only running the snack shack in between innings, but also oh she's helping and do part-time algebra tutoring, paying for some extra cash to pay her club dues. Admittedly, they do establish that she's on the honor roll, and probably enough overachievers that she could help tutor some of the kids who are need some extra help, and also that the one of the people that Frank ends up finding on the dating app encourages him to maybe stop trying to catfish other people and just, hey, you could definitely win just as many people with talking about your Tears of the Kingdom Baldur's Gate 3 loadouts as you cover anything else, And also just like also the humor where the coach's kid, her perspiration takes on life of its own, and the flop sweats undertaken and are probably the same ones that sometimes happen when the suits get the quarterly earnings reports sent in. And technically, if you do get beamed by the rival team, that counts as a hit, and you get an automatic walk to base, Because sometimes that's simple, and like she's not trying to who score or as many goals as Riley nor is she trying to master her tomb physics to win the Space Jam like Jordan and Moise and LeBron were. She's just trying to get on base, and that's the whole thing. And that we're really good at. Whether it's the subject matter is toys or insects or the elements themselves, they have got this down to science while getting you emotionally invested in these characters' journeys. And I do intend to cover the second half of the show as the main episodes will be dropping in March, which means my video on 5 and 6 will incidentally be on Ash Wednesday. Yeah. Overall, I am enjoying Win or Lose so far, even as a non-sports fan, wearing a Journeys hat and a UA sweater in front of their various video game and movie posters. Like, it's definitely going to be sparked with just a simple question from a small little child having their favorite flavor of soft drink. And in case you're wondering, it appears to be like peach tangerine. I'd say if someone wins, somebody has to lose. I believe, at least according to closed captions, they're called Odo, like the character on Deep Space Nine. And I also especially like the whole non-linear narrative aspect of taking, where not a conventional structure, but it unfolds over the moments leading up to the game, um, in similar vein to think a more family-friendly version of Memento or Pulp Fiction or the works of David Lynch, rest in peace, man. And with that in mind, I'm glad I had that away, and I'll have something in mind ready for Pokemon Day tomorrow, and I will definitely be addressing the stream on Friday, to close out the entire month, and I will see you all again very soon. So, take care, everyone.